Living with multiple sclerosis has not been easy, and it's not for the faint of heart. It was a task I was given whether I liked it or not, and it has been a journey. But in this journey, I have found myself, I have found my faith, I have found love and acceptance beyond anything I could have ever dreamt of. So let me walk you through it. It started back in 2011. I started noticing a lot of issues with my balance. I would walk down the long hallway in our home and I would veer to one side and hit the wall. Or I started noticing that when I was at work, I would bend down and not have a lot of energy to stand back up. And things just kept getting more and more severe like that. Doctors couldn't tell me what was wrong with me. They wanted to blame it on 1,000,001 things, but my health was deteriorating. The ability to walk, the ability to stand up for more than a couple minutes. I eventually had to check myself into the hospital, and I stayed there for about 2 weeks, getting countless blood tests, MRIs, you name it, lumbar puncture. They did it. You name it, they did it. And I eventually got figured out. They diagnosed me with multiple sclerosis about a few weeks after I left the hospital, and they were able to really study all of my test results. I had an answer, and it was an answer I kind of was expecting because family members on my mom's side of the family were getting diagnosed with it. And they did say it's hereditary, so whether or not that's true, we're still on the fence with, but a lot of people on that side of the family definitely have it, and some have it worse than me, and some have it a little more mild than I do. But I want to tell you that it does not mean that this is a bad life. I spent months being depressed and letting it really get me down. But ultimately, one thing this disease gave me was a stronger relationship with my faith, with God, than I'd ever had. Growing up, grew up Southern Baptist, didn't have the strongest church life. You can only imagine, as most queer youth, church does not treat us kindly and it traumatizes us. But I was able to leave the church when I was about 12 years old, and my parents supported that decision. And we just let it be. I didn't really have much faith throughout the years growing up. And eventually, I was in high school, and things were not good. Things were not good at home. My brother had been murdered by a drunk driver, so mom and dad were not taking that well. School was tough. I was in all AP classes. I was taking piano lessons since I was 6. I was a classically trained pianist. I just had too much on my plate, and one day when I was driving home, I was really thinking about what it would mean to just let go and just be done. And in that moment, I remember on the radio, a song came on. It was Breathe by Michelle Branch. And that was God. That was God giving me a hug and telling me it's okay. And it's going to be okay. That no matter what, breathe. And just take it one step at a time. But the very first thing you gotta do is just take a breath, breathe, and don't overreact and respond to things not in that manner. That was a great way to kind of get me back into the faith and being aware of God and Him being in my life. But this disease has really been the thing that brought that relationship and brought my faith to such a level. I can't even imagine a day going by without being thankful to God, being thankful to Mother Nature, just all my angels for needing me yet another day. When we wake up in the morning, it's because we have a purpose. And we have to be receptive to that purpose. Every day there's a reason we're here. And disease or not, I know that, and I'm receptive to that. And I can't say I'm alive and that I'm strong without thanking God for that and my faith. And that is the one thing that gets me through each day living with this disease and the difficulties. Let that be something maybe to inspire you. Who knows? But that's how my life is going. My faith is going. Thank you guys for listening.